Hey y'all, it's Aaliyah, and I'm sorry if I like look down and the lighting changed because I am using my phone. So yeah, and I just woke up, so my voice is kind of ill. But see, look what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do today is a normal eyebrow tutorial. And people ask me all the time, and I can't just be like, so first what you gonna do? It's just, yeah, because like nobody finna listen to me in person for that long. But yeah, so keep watching. So I have very uneven eyebrows, as you can see, so I just try to like brush them with this spoolie. And I take this little pencil, I take this pencil and I just I start in the beginning. Oh my gosh. I start in the beginning and I just like work my way out. But people say don't start in the beginning, but I've been doing this so long, like I can be light-handed. But if you're heavy-handed, then don't start in the beginning. So I just trace my eyebrow like that. And then I do the other one. I don't do one eyebrow and then do the other one. Like I do one part on one and then I do the other one. So as you can see, one eyebrow is thicker. It has more hair. This one, obviously. So I go to this one and try to look at this one and just try to mimic it a little bit. And it's harder at the end, like right here, because I'm like faking a shape, basically. But I always outline them and then I fill it in. Well, it depends on my mood. Like if I'm rushing, I fill until I get the shape. And then I try to do my tail. And I try to make the tail of my eyebrow go more out instead of down. Like, cause this one I easily go down on accident. Cause you see I have hair right here and I don't feel like doing my eyebrows. I'm gonna do a video on how I shape my eyebrows because I don't know. So just go out and then make my little tail, my little arch, I mean. When I do this part, I try to stay away from like the top part. Like I outline the bottom, but I don't outline the top. Some people do and they just like keep going, but no. So I have a scar right here, so what I do to cover that, I finish my little tail off. And I just keep, because I like dark eyebrows, so I keep building and going up until it starts like fading, I guess. So then I'm going to do this one. And I just keep building it until it gets darker. So I don't know if you can see, but like my hairs on the front are longer than the hairs on this side. Like if I brush them up, then they'll be the same, but they never stay brushed. They like always like this. So it always looks like I have a dip. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. So what I do is I go right behind the hairs and just do a small little line to connect to my arch, basically. And then I do the same. Well, actually I don't, because this doesn't really give me that problem. And then I just fill it in. I don't just like, I mean, I try to fill in where I see like spots, because I used to like my eyebrows like really full, like just like, you know how when people do they use the pomade and it just looks like hairs in the front and it's just nothing, like no hairs. I don't know how to explain it, but so I don't do that as much. Like it depends on my eyebrow days. Like sometimes they work out and sometimes my eyebrows look like a sticker. But yeah, so that's basically what I do. And I keep filling it until, and then my scar is covering up a little bit. I don't go directly on the scar because as you can see, it's like dark, like right there. So I try to go in front of it or behind it because it'll start. Get out of my stuff. This little girl want to be in my makeup so bad. So now I'm just going to brush it. And yeah, so this arch is a little higher. So I'll just take my finger and just make it a little lower. That's all. Yep. And then once you're used to doing your tail end, then you can go to the front because you'll probably have more control now. So like you can probably go up here and go down here. But I already do that like when I first start my brows because it's easier to do. So sorry. My bunny's hair is in my spoolie. Whatever. So I just finished brushing. So I brushed everything out. You can still kind of see my scar, but I don't care. So now I'm just going to conceal. And when I conceal, I don't go on the top. And I feel like the only time I do is when I'm doing other people's makeup, like when they have a full face of makeup. Because sometimes it looks good, but I can't do the top of my eyebrow for nothing. Like I always mess up my arch or something. So I'll just stick to the bottom. So I'm just going to start in the beginning and just go under it. But I don't go too close, even though it looks pretty close. It's not as close as it looks in the camera. But I go under my eyebrow. Because when I blend it out, it always rises up somehow. Like when I do this. And try to take some of the lumps away. And I'm using this LA Girl concealer in medium beige. So I just go under there and I just blend it out. I added some more if you couldn't see. And I always bring it down to my eyes, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm not doing a full face. So I'm just going to bring it down and just blend it. So that's all the blending I'm going to do because I'm not doing a full face of makeup. So I'm going to do the next one. Can't even see. Sorry about that. Then just bring it down. And I connect it in the middle. And like I have a scar right here, so I always connect it because when I do a full face, like I don't have to put extra concealer or like color corrector in the middle of my eyebrows because I feel like there's no point, because eventually it's going to get covered a little bit, and when I put foundation over it, it doesn't even show like at all. So, ooh. And then I'm gonna bring that, I don't know if you can see, but it always, like when I first put it on, it's like lumps, not lumps, but it's like more product right at the edges. So I kind of try to smooth it out. That's why I don't put it up my eyebrow. Like I don't put it that close. So when I blend it out, it can like have room to move around and stuff. But some people, and I bring it on my forehead. I don't know why, but even when I'm just doing, because sometimes I would go out with just my eyebrows done, a little bit of mascara, and lip gloss. So when I do just put do my eyebrows, I bring it up. What? What? You're not getting no more vitamins. Okay, I'm sorry. And if I was to, I would do like that. See, my hairs are so long in the front. And every time I cut them, I'm scared to cut them though. So I'm not going to do that. But, so I see that this one is more pointed down. And this one is like a curve. I don't know if you can see that. But when I see that, I just kind of do this. So it's not that noticeable because I always mess up my... What? Okay, thank you. Okay. So that's basically all I do for my eyebrows. And if you want, you can do the concealer on the top. I don't like it because I always use a lighter concealer and I can always see it in my foundation. Like no matter how much I blend, I can see it. So, and I will use a beauty blender, but it's no point because you can barely even see it on my forehead. So that's basically it. I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna be doing this way all the time because I just bought some brow gel stuff and I want to learn how to use it. So I'm gonna be doing that for now, and then I'll make another video on how to use brow pomade. This is with the pencil because I don't know how to, and I'm tired of using a pencil. I want to try something new. But this is basically it. This is how I do my eyebrows every day. Well, not every day, but when I have a full face of makeup, I might do it a little darker because this is more like a natural kind of thing. So yeah, this is basically it. So I forgot to mention that I do set my eyebrows sometimes, and the only time I do is when I have a full face of makeup. But if I'm just like going to school or something, I don't, because I always forget in the morning. Like I'll be rushing like every day because I always wake up late because ain't nobody trying to wake up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning every single day. Just thinking about it just makes me so sad. But yeah, so I will use this e.l.f. brow stuff, brow gel / mascara stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I use the mascara so I don't accident, and I think it does a pretty decent job. Yep, so that's basically all I would do. Just to throw that out there. I'm gonna do a eyeliner tutorial, how I do my winged eyeliner next. So if you want to see that, check back up on my channel, turn subscribe, and you'll be able to see that video, and it will notify you or whatever. So just subscribe if you want to see how I do my eyeliner, and bye y'all.